Hey guys, so this video is kind of going to be on grief cycles again because it's something that's kind of hit me hard last night and this morning. I had the twins at parents' evening last night and I'd kind of geared myself up for a bit of like an argument with the Senko, but I'd not really thought about how hard the actual conversations with the teacher were going to be. So the Senko had cancelled anyway, so I didn't have that kind of argument one. Which was obviously going to be about why he's not got a one-to-one full-time in place and things like that. But the conversation with the teacher did kind of hit me really hard, and it's stupid because it's things that and I know he's not ever going to magically catch up. He's not going to be doing the same work that the other children in the class are doing and all those kind of things, but it's still hearing it from somebody else, seeing it on paper hits really, really hard. So before I'd even gone in to actually speak to the teacher, there was the pile of their books on the side to kind of look at. So I looked through Ella's and it was a big smile on my face. She's doing amazingly. She's starting to read, she's starting to write. She's exactly where she should be in all her subjects, in kind of everything through school. And then Jaden's, I picked them up and I just couldn't even open them. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Okay, grip, open it, look at it. And my first kind of fear was, what if there's nothing in there, which is stupid because it wasn't literally just work they'd done. There was photos of him building a tower and things like that, so it wasn't literally going to be nothing. But the first page was like a self-portrait. So the first page in Ella's learning journal book was a person with eyes, nose, mouth, ears, 5 fingers, arms, legs, properly, you could tell that was a person. And then Jaden's was like a scribble that you'd expect from a 1-year-old, and it is heartbreaking, and you can't really pretend that it's not, and it hits you every now and then. And I could talk about it every minute of every day, and most of the time I'm completely fine, and then every now and then it kind of hits you like a ton of bricks. And obviously I went in to the actual meeting with the teacher, and they were meant to be 10 minutes per child, and bless Ella, I think we did 25 minutes of Jaden and then like 5 minutes of Ella because all the other parents were obviously like queuing up outside the door. But yeah, so first thing I had when I saw his paediatrician a couple of weeks ago, she gave me like a couple of questionnaires for referral to OT and umbrella pathway. So I gave those to the teacher because he's got to fill those in at Christmas once Jade's done like a full term. So OT and like fine motor skills aren't really something that we've talked about that much before. But he said he is keen to have OT involved because like his pencil grip and things like that, like the and I asked the question. I sort of said, it wasn't a question, but I said, I know obviously he's not going to be writing anytime soon. And his teacher said if by the end of the academic year he can write a J or something that vaguely resembles a J, then that will be the goal. And I'm literally like tearing up now because it breaks you, like, it. And I know like it's going to be probably, he'll be 8 probably before he can read and write, but it's tough. And actually hearing it from somebody else and realising that, he's not going to catch up. It's going to be the gap between him and his peers is going to get bigger, not smaller. That's really, really hard. And the fact that at some point he's going to really realise that he's different and that he can't do things that the other children can do, like, it is heartbreaking. There's no other words for it. It's just heartbreaking. He has got the most amazing teacher, and his teacher, I can't fault him in any way. The only thing obviously that I struggle with the school is him not having one-to-one support, and obviously at some point that's going to have to be in place because he's not physically going to be able to do the work once he's in year 1, 2, whatever that the other children are doing. But yeah, the biggest thing that like the teacher is amazing for is inclusion, and in every way possible he tries to like include him in things in the classroom, and that that is amazing because he did say Jaden, if Jaden was just left to his own devices, he would either play alone or like possibly alongside other children. He doesn't really ever involve other children in his play and things like that. He has to be very much encouraged to do that, and he's very, very adult based, adult dependent, which like he always, even at home he's with me every second, doesn't leave my side. So that's something they're trying to work on to get him to maybe be a little bit more independent. One thing which he did mention, which I agree with the teacher on this one. So the specialist teacher / psychologist that supports Jaden has kind of said, in terms of him being able to like put his book bag away and put his coat on his peg and things like that, that maybe he should just have them in his own area, and the teacher was like, that's one thing I'm really not sure about. I was like, straight away I was like, no, that's not inclusion. Why, like, because I suppose they don't like that, you know, there could be a crowd of 10 children cramming to go and get to their drawer or their coat, and that might be quite tough for Jade, but I don't think having them in a completely separate area is the answer. So that was, yeah, that was a little bit strange. But in general, everything that the teacher has in place for Jade, you know, he explains to him every morning exactly what's happening through the day and all those kind of things is great. My biggest fear is what happens next year, but I've got to try and like stop that because we need to focus on now and think like at the moment he's doing really well and the teacher's amazing, and you know, we have to take it a day at a time because I can't even think about next year because it's just, yeah, it's horrendous. But that's why, like, today I've had a day where like I don't want to do anything. You can see I haven't even washed my hair. um yeah, it's just completely floored me, and I came out of there, burst into tears, and you know, I had to go get the kids, and I was like, get yourself together. So I was fine last night, fine this morning, and then today I'll just have one of those days where I'm not wallow in it, but you know, you just have a day where you let yourself hit bottom and you pick yourself back up later, and you kind of keep going because that's all you can do. But the one thing I was really, really glad about is just that the teacher is on the same page as me, because in the beginning when he just kept saying he's fine, he's fine, he's fine, I was like, what do you mean he's fine? And now obviously we can see it's not that he's fine, it's that the teacher's got strategies in place to make sure that he copes. So they're two completely different things, and that's okay because now I can see that it is that he's got things in place, not that they're just brushing everything to one side. So yeah, I'm gonna have a day of being miserable and then, yeah, be fine later. Bye.